And so these are your two options. Either she goes or Nathan Wade goes. Nathan Wade decided to leave, and that was the way they resolved this. But this appellate court said that's not good enough because there was so much that happened prior to that and leading up to this that she's got to step down off the case.
Fannie Willis's office filed a notice to have the state Supreme Court review this decision. But this is what the judge wrote. While this is the rare case in which DA Willis and her office must be disqualified, we cannot conclude that the record also supports the imposition of the extreme sanction of dismissal of the indictment under the appropriate standard. Where do you think this state Supreme Court's going to go with this?
Well, it'll be interesting to see where they come down on this after the different reasoning we got from the trial court and the appellate court about whether they think that appearance is enough to say that she doesn't stay, but the case stays intact. Because now you have to, as you referenced earlier on, you've got to find out if there's another prosecutor within the state of Georgia who will be willing to take on this case, to take a deep dive into it, and whether, after they examine it as well, they think it has what it takes to go the distance. And remember, it's not just President Trump. We have to remind people there are many, many other co-defendants in this as well. So this is a huge group of people that are waiting, staying in that limbo and unaware of what's going to happen next. Will there be another prosecutor who wants to step into this after all of the trouble that it's had and knowing this appeal will go to the state Supreme Court too? We'll have to see.
Oh, and where does Fannie Willis go after this? I mean, it seems to me it would be tough for her. Yeah, yes. To your point, though, Trump does still have some remaining charges in this case, including violation of the Georgia RICO Act, conspiracy to commit impersonating a public officer, conspiracy to commit forgery in the first degree. You know, how will this be complicated by the fact that pretty soon here, Trump's going to be a sitting president? Yeah. How does that change things?
Yeah, so we've had clarity over the fact that there is, there are guidelines with regard to federal charges that you don't go after a sitting president. But then, in the state level, there haven't been as clear guidelines and pronouncements. So you've got this case pending here in New York, where I am, with the Alvin Bragg case. You've got that Georgia case. And so the real questions are going to be, do they pause? Do they wait until President Trump is out of office? Do they go away? And I think with the Fannie Willis case, the fact that you're going to get a totally new prosecutor potentially, that is going to be the really big deciding factor, because that person may say, after reviewing all of this evidence, I don't think it's worth moving forward with this case. Whereas it seems Alvin Bragg here in New York, in that state case here in New York, he seems pretty adamant about moving forward.
Well, certainly a legal victory for Trump, another one after a series of them. Shannon Bream, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Good to see you, Jackie.
You too.
Attorney and a Fox News contributor, and get his reaction to this. So, Leah, what is the actual status of this case, and what's your reaction to Willis and her team being removed from it?
Well, first of all, it was a big day for President Trump, and the trial judge should have dismissed or disqualified Fannie Willis for the same reason, Martha. He gave Fannie Willis and the district attorney's office a choice, Nathan Wade or Fannie Willis. And the appellate court said, you got to disqualify both of them for the appearance. It's going to be appealed to the Supreme Court. I think the Supreme Court is going to uphold the appellate court decision. And you asked me about the status of this case. It's dead. It's dead because it was politically motivated. And I would submit to you, Martha, if you look at all these cases filed against President Trump, the Jack Smith case, the Alvin Bragg case, and the Fannie Willis case, it was targeted for one reason, to stop him from running for president. It failed.